The rain hammered against the corrugated iron roof of the warehouse, a relentless drumbeat mirroring the anxiety twisting in Jack Rourke's gut. He's been chasing shadows for days. The disappearance of Arthur Holloway, a tangled knot of lies and whispered threats. Holloway, a shipping magnate with a reputation for high-stakes bets and even higher debts, had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a distraught wife and a city full of rumors. "He's in deep, Rourke," Benny the bookie Bartley had croaked, his face pale and etched with fear. Bartley, a small-time hustler with a gambling problem, had been forced to work for Silas Thorne, the man pulling the strings in Oakhaven's murky underbelly. "Thorne's got him. Says he owes a lot more than money." Thorne. A name hung in the air like a shroud, a whisper of menace that sent shivers down Rourke's spine. "He's a ghost," they said, a shadow that moved through the city's darkness, orchestrating events from the periphery. Nobody knew where he lived, what he did, or who he truly was. All that was certain was that he wielded power and influence like a loaded gun. What did Thorne want? Rourke had pressed, the rain plastering his hair to his forehead. Said Holloway double-crossed him. Benny whimpered, his voice barely audible above the storm. Said he tried to sneak something out of the docks, something Thorne wasn't expecting. Rourke had a hunch about that something. Frankie Fingers Falcone, a greasy informant with a nose for trouble, had hinted at a shipment of uncut diamonds smuggled in from overseas. Holloway, always looking for a quick score, had apparently tried to play both sides. He's found Thorne's warehouse easily enough. The docks, a labyrinth of forgotten piers and crumbling buildings, were Thorne's domain. The place reeked of brine, mildew, and desperation. Inside, the warehouse was cavernous, filled with crates stacked high to the rafters. A single bare bulb cast long, distorted shadows, making the place feel like a set from a bad dream. And there, tied to a chair in the center of the room, was Arthur Holloway. His face was bruised, his eyes swollen, but he was alive. So the great detective finally shows up, a voice drawled from the shadows. Silas Thorne emerged, a tall, imposing figure with eyes as cold as the winter sea. He wore a tailored suit that cost more than Rourke made in a year. "I was hoping you'd come, Rourke," Thorne continued, his voice dripping with condescension. "I hear you're quite the hero." "Let him go, Thorne," Rourke said, his hand instinctively moving towards the .38 tucked in his waistband. "Not until you understand the gravity of the situation," Thorne replied, his smile widening. "Holloway here tried to cheat me. He thought he could outsmart me. He was wrong." "He just wanted a little extra," Holloway mumbled, his voice hoarse. "A little extra. He risked everything. He betrayed my trust." Thorne's eyes narrowed. He thought he could walk away with my diamonds, but he was mistaken. "What about Mrs. Holloway?" Rourke asked, feigning ignorance. Thorne paused, his gaze shifting towards the door. "Let's just say she's taking care of some personal matters." Rourke understood the veiled threat. Vivian Holloway was known for her volatile temper and her connections to some unsavory characters. Thorne was suggesting that she was capable of taking care of any loose ends. "I'm letting you go, Holloway," Thorne said, gesturing towards the burly guard who untied him. "Consider this a lesson. Don't cross Silas Thorne." Holloway stumbled to his feet, clutching his head. He shot Rourke a look of abject terror before hurrying out of the warehouse. "And you, Rourke," Thorne said, stepping closer. "I suggest you forget you ever saw this place. Oakhaven is a dangerous place for someone like you. Some things are best left undisturbed." Rourke stared Thorne directly in the eyes, refusing to back down. "I'm not afraid of you, Thorne," he said, his voice low and steady. Thorne laughed a cold, humorless sound. "You should be," he said, before disappearing back into the shadows. As Rourke walked out into the rain-swept docks, he knew he stirred a hornet's nest. He's tangled with a force far greater than himself, and he knew with a chilling certainty that Silas Thorne wasn't finished with him yet. He made a mental note to check on Vivian Holloway. Something about that comment didn't sit right with him.